In this lesson, we'll learn the most basic form of rigging, which is parenting. From the term parenting alone, we should get an idea of how the tool works. But what we're able to do is create parent-child relationships where we can have child objects follow with the movement of the parent. We're going to work with this arm asset so we can get the point across. Now here's the problem. Let's go ahead and select the lower arm mesh. We'll press the C key to access the rotate tool and start to rotate our geometry around, and as you can see, it separates from the rest of the arm, which is definitely incorrect. We should have the hand follow with this mesh as it moves. So parenting is going to fix problems like this. So let's say we go ahead and get to work. Now we can't see the parent tool just yet. We'll just need to go ahead and collapse the transform section by right-clicking on the transform menu. Notice we can access the other tools, and that's where we'll find parenting underneath the constrained menu. Let's go ahead and choose this tool, and as we do, we can see a tooltip right at the bottom of the application, which is very helpful to let us know how this tool works. So with the left mouse button, we're able to choose our child. With the middle mouse button, we can choose the parent object, and once we're finished, we can use the right mouse button to exit the tool. I've just exited the tool because what I like to do is first select the object I like to either be the child or parent, and then access the tool afterwards. So I'm going to go ahead and select the hand mesh and then choose the parent tool. Now what's going to be its parent? Well, that's going to be our lower arm. So what does that mean? We have to choose the middle mouse button for this to work correctly. I'm going to go ahead and middle click on the lower arm mesh. We can see that both objects are selected. We can see that one wireframe is brighter than the other. The brighter wireframe defines the parent. Alright, so now that we understand this relationship, we can go ahead and right click to exit the parent tool. Now watch this. So we select our lower arm, press the C key to go back to our rotate tool. Now the hand will follow correctly. Great. Let's say we go ahead and do this one more time, but we'll do this in reverse. This time, instead of choosing the child, we'll choose our parent first, which is the upper arm. We'll go back to the parent tool. Now what's going to be our child? Well, that's going to be the lower arm. Let's go ahead and choose that. Notice the entire mesh is now selected, and again, we know which one is the parent because the parent has the brighter wireframe. Great, so we can now right click to exit the tool, select the upper arm. I'll go to the rotate tool, pressing the C key, and there we have it. The arm is behaving naturally. Wonderful. Alright, so to kind of clear up what we've done, the hierarchy we've created, I'll go ahead and work with the Explorer. I'll just go ahead and hit spacebar to exit the rotate tool, and I'll press the 8 key on the keyboard. That'll bring us to our Explorer. So right now, we really just see one mesh in the scene. See the upper arm. So where is the lower arm and where is the hand? Well, they lie underneath the upper arm in hierarchy. So we know from looking at this that the upper arm is the parent. If we were to expand this, we'll see a lot of other properties, but at the very bottom, we'll find the lower arm. And notice this indentation, again, clarifying that the lower arm is a child of the upper arm. So as we select that object, notice we select our mesh. So where can we expect to find the hand? Well, we'll need to expand the lower arm, and there's the hand. Now, if you want to kind of clean up your view in here so you could just see the objects, if these other properties are kind of getting in the way, simply head over to the display menu in the Explorer and switch this to objects only. So that works a little bit better. Great. So that's the hierarchy we create. Now, we know how to parent, but how do we unparent? How do we remove, let's say, the hand from the rest of this hierarchy? I'm going to go back to the Explorer just to show you what's going to happen here. I'll go ahead and expand the list so we can see the hand. Again, it is right now parented to the lower arm, but to unparent, we can choose the cut tool. So we simply choose the child and choose cut, and now notice the hand is no longer part of the upper arm hierarchy. What that means is we can select the upper arm and start to rotate that around, and the hand is now independent. It will not follow. But chances are we're going to want that hand to be parented right back to the lower arm. So let's go ahead and do that. We can go ahead and select the hand mesh. We'll go to our parent tool. What do we need to choose? The middle mouse button. So we'll go ahead and middle mouse button click on the lower arm, and now it's parented again. Great. So in this lesson, we've learned how to parent and unparent objects. We also learned how parenting works, and we have an idea of the hierarchy that is formed when we use the parent tool. Now, going back to our lower arm, let's go ahead and bother that again. I'll go to the rotate tool and start to rotate this around. We can see, all right, things don't look too natural still. We have the lower arm pivoting in the wrong spot. So in the next lesson, we'll go ahead and take a look at how we can modify an object's pivot.